really well into the lower body. So into the feet, ankles, knees, hips, hamstrings to loosen everything that touches the ground. We'll start in toe squat, please. So tuck your toes under behind you. We'll only be here for a minute. So if it's accessible to stay here, cool. If not, you can lean forward and put some weight in your hands. All right, sit up nice and tall. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now just enjoying what it feels like in your feet to decompress. It might start to feel a little intense. That's okay. You can always lean forward and give yourself a breather. Otherwise, in the next 20 seconds, focus on sending your breath from your nostrils, down the back of your throat, into your lungs, all the way down your body, through your hips, through your knees, through your calves, down to your feet. Then I want you to pick a color, something you can focus on all of class. Maybe your favorite color or a color that just flashes in your head. What color? And send that color through your nostrils, through your lungs, through your body, down your hips, down your knees, down your calves, into your ankles, into your feet. Awesome. Shift forward. I want you to kind of wiggle your toes out from tabletop. Pat them out. Awesome. You're gonna sit back onto your left butt. Just swivel your legs in front of you. Your right leg stays behind you in a half fixed firm. Your left leg's just gonna stretch out. So this might be a lot already on your knee. If it is, flex your toes, bring it out, or you could sit like this. Tuck your foot back. For those of you that are in the half fixed firm on the right, start to reach for your left leg. It might be as simple as just reaching. That already is a lot. If you can flex your toes, it's gonna activate more of your calf. If you can lean forward, that'll activate more of your hamstring. Take a few breaths here. The intention of this 15-minute burst is for us to stretch open spaces that are often neglected. So even thinking energetically, can I wiggle my ankle left and right? Can I spread my toes? I was just reading all these awesome studies proving that even our brain deteriorates as we get older, but it doesn't mean our capacity to build new neurotransmitters and neuromodulators does. What that means is we can still learn new things up until a very, very old age, up until we die. So the idea of thinking, can I separate my left pinky toe from my left fourth toe and third toe and second and first toe? Even just that is building a new neural pathway, something that maybe you haven't thought about in a while. Spread and fan, breathe in. And then as you exhale, roll onto your left butt cheek, spin your legs in front of you, and just windshield wiper your legs side to side. Think about it as like a butt massage. Awesome. Then bring your feet into a long butterfly. So I've got this kind of diamond shape. Go to the place where it feels good in your hips. Steven looks good with his knees a little bit higher up and forward. I'm like this, more forward. Doesn't matter as long as you feel it in your hips. And then fold into it as much as you can. If it feels natural to drape forward, cool. Remember, in this instance, we're not trying to force the stretch at all. We're trying to encourage something that feels like a stretch. So it might mean that you're just encouraging more length in the back of your knees. For me and my body, it feels good to almost open my feet. I have really flexible ankles though. So like I'm opening my feet like it was a, I don't know, sandwich, like you're opening the bread. And then you lay into wherever you can get sensation. Take 10 deep breath cycles. Can you notice how each breath, inhale and exhale, it can get a little deeper and longer? You see advanced yogis and people that can get into the parasympathetic state faster know how to deeply breathe. So if you're in a reactive space, let's say on a bad work call or a reactive space with a family member, if you can breathe deeper, you can get out of the reactive space faster. So even working on your diaphragmatic breathing makes a difference. All right, roll up. Take your left leg back out in front of you. Bend your right knee over for a seated twist. So left arm high, breathe in. Seated twist. Now my left elbow pushes on the outside of my right leg. Inhale, get tall. And then exhale, chin towards right shoulder. And just notice, how can you continually bring your mind back into the body? So meditation isn't oming or chanting all the time. Instead, meditation is just focusing on what you feel right now in the moment. My sit bones against the ground. my spine feels as it twists. The way my neck stretches as my chin moves towards my shoulder. Breathe in. Big twist. Awesome. Come back through center and figure 4 stretch. So just keep your left foot planted on the ground. Your right leg is bent in that figure 4. Maybe bend and wiggle your right foot out a little bit. I like my hands behind me like kickstands. You can stay. Or if you want a few kind of intervals, let's call it, push up and stretch back, and then slowly lower down. Just a few. It's going to stretch your shoulders pretty nicely, opening up the back line of the hip, and then slowing it down. Awesome. Do like 2 or 3 more if you're doing the intervals. If you're stretching, work your space into your heart so your heart opens and your shoulders retract back. Awesome. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last part, it's called Agnyasana fire log pose. So imagine that your 2 shins were fire logs. You're going to stack your feet as best you can. It might look like stacking ankles, or the more flexible you get, the more you can stack your feet directly with the knees. The most advanced version looks like 2 little logs stacked on top of each other, and then you reach forward. Now, for a lot of us, it's not going to be that accessible, so it might feel good to kind of put a pillow or something under your right knee to give some space and leverage. Does that feel okay, Stephen? Okay, good. Keep reaching and relaxing. Notice, do you get more sensation by bending or flexing, pointing your toe or flexing? The point is not to create miracles per se, it's just to come back into what you feel in this moment. And then that practice gets easier and easier. All right, team, gently roll yourself up. Swing your legs back around. Second and final set of toe squat. It might feel a little easier, but it's only been a few minutes, so give yourself credit if it's still pretty intense. Think about your head stacking directly over your shoulders and your hips right over your heels and the ball mound of your feet. Aim to find a little complacency within the feeling. Even though there's a tender little dull ache, can you find that sweet complacency within the stretch? One of my favorite facts about our anatomy is that the 26 bones in your feet directly align with the 26 bones in your back. And so if you're ever to get acupressure or acupuncture, they work a lot on your feet because it's how we touch the world. It's how we connect with the ground. They put a lot of work in for us. So as you hold this pose, feel an expansion in your feet. Feel an expansive quality throughout your legs as it translates and permeates up your shins, knees, and quads. One more big breath cycle. Awesome. And then gently rolling forward, you could wiggle out your toes. You'll roll to the side, tuck your left foot back in, right foot out. Ooh, this side's way more tender. So to flex the right toes, remember our options. You could stay, lean into it a little, bow forward. Even just a micro bend in your right knee, and remember, reach your toes apart. Think about that nice articulation. If it's intense on your ankle or your knee, you'll tuck it into that half Janu Shirshasana. Otherwise, kick it back. I did a run this morning, and so my ankles are super tender. I'm being really gentle. My sides feel different, right? Being tender with where you are in each time and space, as this moment is a brand new one from the last stretch. Five deep breath cycles. Keep keep imagining what you're doing is preventative medicine for your body. Your body loves it. All right, team, now we roll back up. Windshield wiper your legs side to side. Be mindful. Think of it as like a little butt massage. Seated twist. Re-extend the right leg out. Bend your left foot over. Inhale your right arm high. Right elbow to outer left thigh. Twist. What is it going to take for you today to sit a little taller? Be proud in your posture. This past couple weeks leading up to that Valentine's holiday, there was a lot of things about love in the air. But one of my favorite affirmations or mantras I tell myself is, I'm not chasing love, I'm chasing myself. That when you create the best version of you, all the different ways that love you want, it filters into your life in maybe a lot of unexpected ways. So as you build yourself, self-love, the chase becomes more about the adventure within you, and people are attracted to that. Awesome. Come back forward, figure four, flex your toes. So the right leg roots into the earth, left toes are flexed. Take those rolling reverse bridge lifts. Look up and slowly lower. Taking a few on your own. You'll feel where you can get the most stretch or the most space. Navigate that within your body. And after you've done about 5 or 6, matching your other side, sit up tall and stretch your chest towards that figure four stretch. The more you can squeeze your back and shoulders down your back together, those scapula back, the more you can protrude the heart up and throat open. Breathe in. Breathe out. Awesome. 𝐊𝐚𝐭𝐢𝐞 fire log pose. Now your left foot is on top of the right. Again, flex your feet to the best of your ability. Just get that kind of cross-leg place where you can get a hip stretch. And then wiggle your butt back, send your body forward, relax your head down. Talking to those tender places within your hips, giving them a little bit of time and space. Flexibility and strength don't just happen overnight. They don't just happen within you trying this exercise or this 15 minutes once. Flexibility happens on a long marathon style progression. We were all flexible as kids. You ever seen a 2 or a 3-year-old? They're so crazy mobile and strong. But over time, we lose some of that, right? It takes time to get it back. Awesome. Then we're going to roll gently up and down to your back. Taking on butterfly pose with your feet touching. This time just expanding your arms open to your sides. So my arms are out in a T shape, like I'm holding my arms out for a big hug. Let your chest protrude up by wiggling your shoulders a little closer together. Inner thighs just gently relax. Whatever is in front of you, all of the things you have to do, they'll always be there. So in this last 90 seconds, I just want you to be here with me, taking this time to just sort out the thoughts to slow down. Here I am, fully relaxed, fully open. World, what do you want me to know? if you've ever had a good friendship or a good love, a lasting one, a friend, a partner, a family member, even a pet, you know that that love is a marathon, that the deepness and the richness of it is slow, and that's good. So as you've built a little bit more of your self-love and the inquiry about it, make sure in these last few moments that you are cheering yourself on. Giving yourself the love and attention that you truly deserve, being your own best friend. Gently close your left leg onto your right and roll into fetal pose on your side. Pause here for a moment with your legs closed, head against your arm like a pillow. If nothing else, you're just a little bit less reactive and a little bit more grounded. And then you get to go back into your day or your week or your month with that sensation. It builds every day. Rolling up to a seat with your palms at your heart. With your eyes closed, you can either just listen to the affirmations, or if you like, I'll repeat them out loud after me. Hey today!
Hey today!
I'm ready!
I'm ready
for the best day of my life.
for the best day of my life.
It's a choice I make
It's a choice I make
to choose love,
to choose love,
to choose self-love,
to choose self-love,
and to chase myself.
and to chase myself.
Everyone take a deep breath in. Namaste, namaste, bow towards that heart. Remember guys, these bursts are made just 15 minutes for you to repeat. Like, just because you did this, check the box, or any of the YouTubes actually, any of the workouts I do, you can repeat until you feel fully cleansed and clean by it. You could take this, like, call this a 15-minute pill. You could do this 3 times a day and you'll feel not only flexibility gains, but you'll also feel mentally a lot more clear. So feel free to repeat because your body loves all this stuff. Thank you, Turnley and Steven, for demoing.